Hello, everyone. Dear colleagues in Germany, Honorable Parliamentary State Secretary Dr. Maria Flachsbart, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs of Estonia, Ms. Eva-Maria Liimets, dear partners, honored guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the signing of the joint declaration of intent to establish a high-level framework of bilateral cooperation on digital transformation in partner countries. Today's meeting is being streamed via YouTube and Facebook, and the recording will remain publicly accessible also after the event. Let me briefly introduce the order of today's meeting. We will first receive statements from the Parliamentary State Secretary of the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development of the Federal Republic of Germany, Dr. Maria Flachsbart. Then I will give the floor to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Estonia, Ms. Eva-Maria Liimets. Once we have heard the statements, we will reserve a moment for the reason that has brought us together today, the virtual signing ceremony. And before we proceed, I would also like to thank the German colleagues, die Kolleginnen und Kollegen von der BMZ und GIZ für eine sehr, sehr gute Zusammenarbeit. So let me now proceed with welcoming the Parliamentary State Secretary of the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development of the Federal Republic of Germany, Dr. Maria Flachsbart. The floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this very, very friendly introduction. Dear Minister Liimets, distinguished partners, ladies and gentlemen, as the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, the BMZ, we are convinced that there is an ever greater need for digital cooperation during these turbulent times. The pandemic has shown more than ever that digital innovation can provide the solutions needed in times of crisis. At the same time, we are also seeing that not everyone has the same access to such digital opportunities, especially our partner countries in low-resource contexts. In order to support them in using benefits of digital transformation and reducing digital dividends, we need to join forces as Team Europe. In the area of global digital interdependence, we need to act as a Team Europe in promoting solutions that are centered around citizens' needs. Through this human-centric approach, we can ensure that we leave no one behind when leveraging digital technologies for a sustainable and inclusive digital future as outlined by the SDGs. That is why, during our recent German EU Council presidency, we set digitalization as a key priority in accordance with the EU digital agenda. This culminated in the successful high-level launch of the Digital for Development D4D Hub in December 2020. Together with you, we are now acting on the high ambitions declared by President of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and our heads of state. Let's make the D4D Hub a strategic platform for digital cooperation of Team Europe. I would like to thank you for the fruitful collaboration so far with the D4D Hub and beyond. With you and our other European partners, we have already made this political initiative operational. Since the launch, we have been busy implementing the first projects under the D4D Hub. Together with the African Union, we have developed an initiative to foster a sustainable data economy in Africa partner countries. With the EU-AU data flagship, we want to promote harmonized data frameworks while always ensuring data protection is upheld. We also working on collaborations with our African partners on digital innovation and entrepreneurship. For that, the African-European Digital Innovation Bridge will build a virtual bridge connecting digital transformation centers on both continents. It thus leverages digital business ecosystems. In all these areas, we look forward to working closely together with you and welcome further member states joining us in these efforts. We can only implement these flagship initiatives with strong partners. In our joint effort, we rely on your digital expertise, especially around e-governance. Here, we can build onto our successful collaboration around ICT building blocks through the so-called GovStack initiative. With the help of these building blocks, our partner governments can provide digital services much faster and in a more cost-efficient way. And they can actually be used by everyone, donors, states, and tech entrepreneurs. The building blocks not only improve access to digital services, but also guarantee interoperability and maximize returns on investment. Together, we are exploring new ground. Currently, there are no comparable open source prerequisites for this kind of government platforms. Like you, we believe that digital infrastructure should be a good that is available to everyone, similar as electricity and water. With this new declaration of intent, we are building on the successful collaboration through the GovStack initiative and are formally recognizing our wish to expand the cooperation to further areas of joint interest. So I feel very honored and content to sign with you today our declaration of intent to establish a high-level framework of bilateral cooperation. Through our collaboration, we will undertake joint actions in the area of D4D to leverage digital technologies for a human-centric digital transformation in partner countries. And so I look forward to joining forces in the Team Europe spirit, following our shared values and principle around fostering a sustainable digital transformation. Only together we can scale digital approaches that are centered around citizens' needs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Flassbart, for your substantive statement and for highlighting the importance of digital transformation and how Estonia and Germany can work together in leveraging the human-centric digital transformation in partner countries. I now give the floor to Ms. Eva-Maria Liimets, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Estonia. Please, Minister, floor is yours.
Thank you, Kadi. Honorable Parliamentary State Secretary Dr. Maria Flassbart, ladies and gentlemen, everyone joining us virtually today. It is my pleasure to welcome you all at the virtual ceremony of signing a joint declaration of development cooperation between Estonia and Germany. This year, especially in our bilateral relations, as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of establishing diplomatic relations between Estonia and Germany. Germany and Estonia share centuries of history and deep cultural ties. Our bilateral relations today range from broad cooperation on digital issues to Germany's active participation in Baltic air policing from Ämari Air Base in Estonia. Our economies are deeply intertwined. We work together to build a strong, modern, and green European economy, and we share many goals in the EU, NATO, and in the United Nations. To celebrate the centenary, we are strengthening our cooperation in several fields, including increased engagement in development cooperation. Today we celebrate an important milestone on the road of our bilateral cooperation by setting up a high-level framework for bilateral cooperation fostering a human-centered human-centric digital transformation in partner countries. The result of several months of fruitful discussions, joint work, and building upon already existing successful cooperation. Digital transformation is an horizontal priority for Estonian development cooperation. For years, we have shared our experiences on e-governance, education, healthcare, cyber resilience, and of building a digital society with our partners from different continents. As our digital expertise lies largely in private sector, I would like to highlight in the context that the key for the successful digital transformation is public-private partnership. COVID-19 pandemic has brought digitalization to the forefront as an important part of the development cooperation globally. The pandemic has demonstrated that digitally resilient societies manage to keep vital services running when they were most needed. Estonia is keen to share its experiences and best practices, and for a wider impact and better results, the cooperation between different donors is more than ever needed in the spirit of the Team Europe. The increased cooperation is timely, as digital and green transformation is high on the agenda for the coming years, both in the European Union and for the global cooperation. The aim of our joint declaration is to work on joint actions in the area of digital development, a concept very close to Estonia's heart, and a priority in the EU and also in the international cooperation. This framework is very significant to both Estonia and Germany, as we are founding members of the Digital for Development, so-called D4D hub, together with our partners from Belgium, France, and Luxembourg. This framework was launched last December under the German EU Council presidency. The first project, African Union, European Union Digital for Development Hub, is focusing on advancing new digital partnerships and investments for a fair and inclusive African digital economy. The cooperation we are embarking on bilaterally will contribute to the overall work of the D4D hub and increases the effectiveness of our common efforts in the spirit of the Team Europe. Sharing our experience and working together with our partner countries is based on mutual values, leaving no one behind and bridging the digital divide. Our cooperation will contribute to green and sustainable development that is further enhanced by digitalization. Furthermore, it is vital that our collaboration is based on Team Europe approach for increased synergies and development effectiveness. The cooperation framework we are setting up is building up on already existing and established fruitful cooperation. For example, there has been successful cooperation with German Agency for International Cooperation on several projects in the Eastern Partnership countries related to e-governance and education. Good examples of the cooperation are projects with the e-Governance Academy and with the Estonian Education and Youth Board in Ukraine. E-governance is a prominent area for cooperation, manifested in setting up a framework between Estonia, Germany, the International Telecommunication Union, and Digital Impact Alliance at the United Nations Foundation in autumn 2020. The cooperation framework aims to accelerate digital transformation and digitalization of governmental services for achieving the SDGs. Estonian ICT Cluster and German Development Cooperation Agency are cooperating in the framework of the Union for Mediterranean on e-governance trainings. Global pandemic demonstrated that we must take this important line of work further to increase the resilience of societies, especially on e-services related to healthcare and education. In February this year, Estonia released its first regional strategy in engaging with African countries. One of the priority goals for this strategy is to support partner countries in digital transformation. This is well established in the joint declaration. Cooperating with African partners on digitalization remains an important area for both of us. Finally, Yet importantly, our cooperation must empower the youth, who will determine the development and the future of our partner countries. Education and skills learning is a cornerstone for that, complemented by work on entrepreneurship, startup ecosystem, and hackathons that will enhance the economic development of our partners. The joint declaration is a significant step forward on the long road of cooperation between Estonia and Germany, yet also on contributing to the sustainable development of our partner countries. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank.
Thank you very much, Minister Liimets, for your insightful statement. And now, please let us proceed to our festive moment of signing.
Gibt es da Zweifel? Das ist auch noch der 19, ne?
Ja.
Ja, 6 Exemplarism.
Aha.
Thank you very much. Dear partners, honored guests, may this be the continuation of a fruitful collaboration which will contribute to the sustainable development of our partner countries. And now, ladies and gentlemen, dear Staatssekretärin, dear Minister, this brings us to the end of this extraordinary virtual meeting today. Thank you for being part of this joint event and looking forward to our cooperation. Thank you very much and goodbye.